Knuckles Chaotix. Released in 1995 for the 32X. It's what many consider to be the last true classic Sonic game. And nobody I know has ever even played it. Oh, see, yeah, that makes sense. I had always wanted to play Knuckles Chaotix, but I never found an excuse to. Until now, when the equipment I need for my next real video is taking too long to ship to me. Damn eBay sellers. Knuckles Chaotix starts you off as Knuckles in the starting area. Makes sense. You find a trapped SBO and save him, with Eggman and Metal Sonic escaping. The starting area allows you to practice this new mechanic, the ring power. The ring power connects players together, being able to propel each other and almost slingshot off your partner. I actually thought this mechanic was pretty solid. I constantly use my teammate as projectile. It can be annoying though. Sometimes a teammate gets stuck somewhere and it completely halts you. Definitely something that could be improved on next time. If there is a next time, this game re-released once since 1995, and that version isn't even available anymore. Although Christian Whitehead has said he wouldn't mind remaking it. After the starting area, you're thrown into the tutorial area. Now, personally, I wanted no part of this. Luckily, they let you completely skip it. Thank God. I usually just prefer to throw myself into the game. Screw tutorials. The waiting area is up next. Here you're able to choose your partner. You select from Knuckles, SBO, Mighty, Vector, Charmy, Heavy, and Bomb. That's so many different characters. Why don't we just go ahead and throw in Sonic for good measure? Heavy and Bomb are rogue Eggman robots. They're basically the original Gamma and Omega. After you pick your partner, you go on to select a stage, which is really more of just like a coin toss. Each of these 5 stages has 5 acts. Now, that may sound insane, but it goes by pretty quick. The game got mixed reviews, with reviewers saying the stages were too empty and completely void of enemies. And I kind of agree with this. I mean, the level design is surprisingly good, but these stages have like no enemies in them. Throughout my playthrough, I was hit maybe a couple of times throughout these levels. And the attacks from the enemies are so easy to get around. If you have at least 20 rings, you can enter the bonus stage. But I didn't really see much point in it. Like, yeah, you could get more points here, but who the hell cares? Besides that, you just keep falling until you either run out of rings or you hit an exit space. And if you finish the stage with 50 rings, you get to go on to a special stage. This is one of the best special stages I have ever seen in a Sonic game. I mean, it's not quite as good as Sonic Mania's, but it's pretty solid. They are clearly trying to make use of the 32X hardware here, and I think it could have been done a bit better, but it's still a pretty great stage. If you complete each special stage, you get a Chaos Ring instead of a Chaos Emerald, and you only need 6 of them to get the good ending of the game. The 5th act in each stage leads to a boss fight. Now, these were all stupidly easy. I mean, every single one of them. I primarily played as Charmy after I realized he's just the best character. I mean, he has infinite stamina when flying, and he can dash ahead as much as you want him to. This makes literally every single boss in the game a cakewalk. Once every level is completed, you're forced to fight against Metal Sonic. He isn't too bad, especially as Charmy. Dodging his attacks has never been easier. I did have a little trouble actually figuring out the mechanics on how to damage him, but once you figure out the timing for this, it's easy. After this though, you face off against Metal Sonic Kai, and holy shit, this dude looks awesome. I always thought Metal Overlord was cool, but this guy's amazing. I mean, this is the most threatening Sonic villain I have ever seen. The credits of the game will show you Metal Sonic Kai over a burning city if you didn't get all the Chaos Rings. I didn't get all the Chaos Rings. I only missed 2 of them. But I figured if the credits are the only thing that's different, it's not really worth going back to finish it. And that's Knuckles Chaotix. I went into this with absolutely 0 expectations, and I couldn't have been more pleased. The only problem I can think about here is that the difficulty was just too easy. I mean, especially as Charmy, even though that was my fault. But besides that, it's a pretty damn good game. I mean, it's got solid level design, amazing visuals, great music, and a gimmick that I think has potential. I mean, if we saw a sequel, they could build on it. Hopefully with the new Knuckles show, they get enough interest in a new Knuckles game. Well, maybe not with these reviews.